Hello everyone. Today our group will give a discussion on ethics in artificial intelligence. My name is Xinyi. And why we need ethics in artificial intelligence? As you know, many applications are such as facial recognition, health technology, and so on are based on artificial intelligence. And availability of data is important for the development of artificial intelligence. However, with the popularity of artificial intelligence, there are many private information being leaked out. Therefore, people use different ethical standards to judge artificial intelligence. According to different standards, ethics is divided into technological and theological. Theological is focused on intention and means, while technological focus on ends and outcomes. Also, it can be divided into cultural relativism and universalism. Culture is focused on evaluation through the lens of the values and norms of a particular culture, while universalism argued everyone to meet common agreed upon standards. Also, there is another use for standards that called a golden rule of ethics, which asks people treat others in the way that you would like to be treated. This is just a brief introduction to the ethics that inform artificial intelligence. And today we are going to discuss three main questions. The first one, should artificial intelligence be guided by an ethical perspective? And the second one is ethical issues related to facial recognition. And the third one is the risk relating to the use of artificial intelligence without considering the ethical perspective. Next, Ethan will give his perspective. Should artificial intelligence be guided by an ethical perspective?
Hi, I'm Ethan. I'm discussing ethical perspectives with artificial intelligence. So how does artificial intelligence tie into ethical perspectives? For one, it'd be data protection. Artificial intelligence must be programmed in order to protect the employees and the company's sensitive information. This has to be done so it can uphold each individual's rights along with the company's. Number two would be bias. Artificial intelligence must respect everyone individually. And in saying that, I mean that it cannot have any bias towards race, sexuality, whatever. This is to uphold ethical perspectives. This goes on to my next point, which again, artificial intelligence should be guided by ethical perspectives, respecting everyone and so forth.
Hi there guys, this is Mosfik and hope everyone's doing fine. So today I'll be talking about the ethical issues regarding facial recognition, and I'll be using a deontological ethical theory for doing so. So before we get into the issues, let's discuss what deontological ethical theory is. So in hindsight, deontological ethical theories stress on the presence of universal ethical principles that need to be followed irrespective of the outcome. Basically, it doesn't rely on the outcome at all. Next, let's look at some of the issues regarding facial recognition. So first, we have mass surveillance. So the problem with mass surveillance is when mass surveillance is used alongside cameras and data analytics, facial recognition leads to mass surveillance that could compromise citizens' liberty and privacy rights. And that's not right, because if the privacy rights are put into jeopardy, it's basically our lives that are put up front. Secondly, we'll be talking about the lack of informed consent and transparency. And why is that? Because privacy is an issue with any form of data mining, especially online where most collected information is anonymized. Facial recognition algorithms work better when tested and trained on large data sets or images. And lastly, the third issue that I'll be talking about will be data privacy. The problem with data privacy is that it's on general public concerns, mainly due to lack of transparency in how information is stored and managed. Facial recognition infringes on citizens' and inherent right to be under consent, government surveillance, and keep their images without consent. So these are some of the few issues regarding facial recognition, regarding the ontological ethical theories. So that would be it from my side, and I'll be passing it to Pratik to continue the presentation.
Hello, my name is Pratik, and today I will be discussing the risk related to the use of AI in facial recognition. From a cybersecurity perspective, I have identified 4 key issues. First would be it creates data vulnerability. By this, I mean the storage of facial recognition data can always have the potential to be breached. Secondly, provides incentive and opportunities for fraud and crime. Facial recognition is used globally to access private data. Most people who use smartphones nowadays allow facial recognition to access bank details, credit cards, passwords, email, login details to access your phone, and many more. This dependency and thus vulnerability of data will create great incentive for any person willing to commit fraud or even theft. Use of reverse image searching or other forms of tracking. Unlike devices such as smartwatches or other tracking devices, consumers are unable to avoid unwanted tracking, especially if their facial data has been breached. Individuals cannot just change their facial features just as they can change a breached phone or email. This can lead to unwanted stalking and tracking. Some retailers are using this method to help with targeted advertising. Next point would be tricking the algorithm. Based on how advanced the AI algorithm is, the facial recognition system can be tricked with something as easy as a photo of the person. This could be dangerous, as once the law begins to adopt facial recognition more and more, false positives can improperly identify a criminal. This could lead to unlawful convictions. Finally, it would be the evolution of technology. Technology is a constantly evolving ecosystem in which technological crime typically moves faster than the law, and people are victimized before the activity is even viewed as a crime.
In conclusion, our group thinks artificial intelligence should be guided by ethical perspectives, and we find 3 ethical issues related to facial recognition. The first one is mass surveillance, and the second one is lack of informed consent and transparency, and the third one is data privacy. Also, there are 4 risks related to artificial intelligence in facial recognition. The first one is creates data vulnerability, and the second one is provides opportunities to criminal, and the third one is tricking the artificial intelligence, and the last one is evolution of technology. Thanks for your listening, and this is reference list.